you and I've talked to so many people, and hey, what do I need to be saying on my content? What do I need to be saying on YouTube? But yet it's like, bro, like, are you putting in the work to do the fundamentals that matter the most in this business? Like, y'all getting hung up on stuff that's important, but stuff that's not critical. That's just kind of where my observation with agents over the last 12 to 18 months, man, they get caught up just being busy. Yeah, I love it, man. A couple things that just came to mind. You said that, and it's just really kind of our culture these days. And it's really revolved around just snacking, right? It's a snacking culture. And I think of Zane, and that little dude, like, I mean, he's skinny as a rail, but all the dude does is snack and nibble all day. Like, I went in and I was I was doing something, and I looked, the trash can lid was kind of open, and I was like, this was after school yesterday. There was an empty pack of Funyuns. There was a package of Little Bites. There was a jerky pack. I was like, that dude just nonstop nibbling, just snacking. But that's kind of our culture. And I see it just because we spend so much time in the real estate space. I just see that as one of the major things that's holding agents back, is that they just snack all the time. They don't dive in deep. They don't put in the deep work. They don't go the distance on what it takes to be successful. So the other thing that you kind of prompted, and I got this, also resonated from another one of our very dear close friends, Blake Sloan. And I remember we were sitting down in Key West at the end of 20, and we had gone through pandemic, and we were all just kind of frustrated, like, get the hell out of here. So we go the place we know that they weren't paying attention to, the rest of the world, which was Florida, and even more so Key West. And so we're sitting there, and I just asked them, man, I said, hey, what is the number one thing that's led to y'all's success this year? And what did they close? Almost 800 units this year. Yeah, and he said he didn't even hesitate. He didn't have to think about it. He said the number one thing was the daily commitment from everybody on our team, committing to the one thing that was within their control that they were going to accomplish today that was going to move their business forward. I was like, holy shit. And he says it's been an absolute game changer. Now, there's more to it, and how you incorporate leadership into it, and in your culture of accountability. But it was the one thing that stood out, and I see that from the people that are the most productive when it comes to whatever in their life. And it's what you're going to really dive into with everybody today is, man, what's just the one thing within your control that you can focus on that's going to help you crush your goals?
100%. Yeah. Let's keep it stupid simple, right? Like, don't get overwhelmed. Just what's in your control? What can you do today? How can you track it and know that just doing that one thing takes care of everything else in your business? That's really what I've been preaching this over the last couple months to all of my clients who I work with. Like, let's get real simple, man. Let's focus on this one thing that takes care of everything else, and we'll break that down today. So it'll be a good one for sure.
So let's do this. How we always look at everything, and we always start with the end in mind. And we have to get real clear on the destination, because if we just start trying to commit to something, and that's my challenge with people. And I know it all starts with commitment, but when I hear that and people just jumping up and down, it's got to be commitment. It's like, but what are you committing to?
Right.
And it's like, Alex, I want to go do this, and we know. I mean, you and I've talked about the Ironman story the whole time. When I was going through it, but I had to figure out what it meant before I could commit to it. So my challenge to everybody, that's listening to this, is that you have to start with the end in mind before you can really get down to, okay, well, what's the one thing within my control that I can focus on and commit to that's going to move the needle in my business? So let's start with the end in mind, and let's reverse engineer it for them. But where it's not easy is that we're talking about effort, and most people don't have the inner and outer workings dialed in to stay disciplined and consistent to the effort every day. like you said, 15 conversations for you, 13 on the example of the 250K. However, it's those conversations every day. And so give a ballpark, for you, all things just on an average to get 15 conversations a day. What's the time commitment?
Yeah. So again, based on lead source. So I am very heavy on Google pay-per-click. So pay-per-click leads. It'll take me about 90 minutes to 2 hours to hit that.
Yep. And so, are you somebody that can commit to 2 hours a day to achieve the conversations needed to achieve your goals?
Yeah.
Yes or no? And so that's where, being in an environment of accountability, either with the peer or in a group or with a coach, to achieve that is absolutely critical. And it goes back to something you said earlier that, I'm pretty sure most people didn't catch, is the delayed gratification, because the 2 hours today that results in conversations that can get you, what we said, not even one appointment today, possibly with 15 conversations doesn't equate to an appointment on average for most people. Are you okay with not setting an appointment today, but you did do the things within your control? And most people are not, right? They need to see the instant gratification. And so when you look at the 4C cycle of how do we build confidence, but it all starts with commitment. Are you willing to commit to 2 hours a day to 15 conversations that statistically you may or may not set an appointment today, but are you willing to commit to that? And are you able to, the other C, have the courage to stay in the fight, to stay disciplined, to stay consistent, and develop the capabilities, the skills that you said, right? To then get the wins, the delayed gratifications to build our confidence. And most people, man, they're just not disciplined to that. And that's where they take their foot off the gas.
Yeah.
And I both know this. You're either growing or you're dying. And if you take the foot off the gas and you're coasting, you ain't growing.
Yeah, no, you're so spot on, dude. Like that neutral spot of life is just that's a shitty place to be living, right? That's like the slow death. Right? You think you're good, but you're just coasting. And here's the thing, when I ask, like, what are you committed to growing skill wise? You will get so damn good because you consistently do this. Like, I'll set sometimes 2-3 appointments in my 15 conversations.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take long. So when we set these numbers up, this is assuming newer agents, and you guys have never tracked this. Start tracking, give it 3 to 6 months. And what you might find is I'm setting an appointment for every 10. I just cut this by 60, 70%. I mean, I'm getting really good on this. I'm going to double this lead source. And that's when your business becomes fun. That's when your business becomes scalable, predictable, profitable. Like when I work with agents, I don't want to help you just sell more homes. I want to help you build a scalable, profitable, and enjoyable business. Those are the 3 things I focus on. Is it scalable? Is it duplicatable? Is this shit going to be fun? Is it eventually going to get you to where you're living the life that you're trying to design, right? Yeah. So those are the 3 things we judge everything by. And you'll get really damn good at this. And your numbers will just get better and better and better. Your lead sources will get better and better and better. So
it does, man. It just it's just one of the things, and it's like you said, man, it's within your control. And you've got to measure it. If you're not willing to measure, there's no way to improve. And that's where I say, if you're in an environment, it's all about what we reveal we can heal. And if you're not willing to track, then you're not willing to get better. That's the way I look at it. If you're not willing to measure, there's no way you're committed to get better. And so it takes the effort, but it takes the tracking and the monitoring and the feedback and the improvement. Because it does. I mean, it comes down to what we reveal we can heal. And especially if you're committed to growth, if you're committed to doing amazing things, big things. I mean, shit, 250K a year. I mean, you in a small percentage of income earners on the planet. But it takes you 2 hours a day, 48 weeks a year. Is that what it was? 50 weeks a year, 4 days a week.
Yeah. So like when I do mine, I base mine on taking 8 weeks off a year.
Even better.